People in my town say every place has a story you're not supposed to ask about. Ours wasn't a house or a forest or a graveyard. It was a light. A single yellow light at the edge of town that never moved, no matter how many times the road around it changed. I didn't believe the stories. Not until the night I realized the light was closer than it should have been. I grew up in a town so small, you could cross it in 5 minutes without hitting a red light. No movie theater, one grocery store. Everyone waved, even if they didn't like you. And everyone knew about the light. But nobody ever explained it the same way. That should have been my first warning. Some people said it was an old railroad signal that never got taken down. Others swore it was a maintenance light for a road that no longer existed. The older folks just said, "Don't stop near it." Not "don't go there," just "don't stop." That detail never sat right with me. I passed that light every night driving home from work. Same curve, same stretch of empty road, and every night it looked the same distance away. No brighter, no dimmer. Like it wasn't part of the road at all. Like it was waiting for the road to reach it. One night, my radio cut out as I came up on the curve. No static, just silence. Then the clock on my dashboard blinked and reset itself. When I looked back at the road, the light looked closer. Not by much, but enough that I noticed. I told myself it was nothing. Eyes play tricks when you're tired. Perspective shifts on dark roads. That's what logic says. But logic doesn't explain why my phone lost signal at the exact same spot every single night after that. So I asked around, casually, at the diner, at the gas station. People answered, then changed the subject. One man laughed and said, "Yeah, it's closer now." Then he realized what he'd said and wouldn't look at me again. An older woman finally told me the rule. Not a story, not a warning, a rule. If the light ever looks close enough to reach, she said, you keep driving. I asked what happens if you don't. She said, no one who stopped ever agreed on what they saw. A week later, the light was definitely closer. I could see the pole now, the shape of it, and for the first time, I noticed something else. There were no bugs around it, no moths, no insects, just empty air. That night, I slowed down. I don't know why. Curiosity, maybe, or that quiet pressure you feel when something wants your attention. The light didn't flicker, didn't hum. It just waited. I tapped the brakes. The car rolled to a stop. And that's when I realized the road behind me looked longer than it should have. Like it had stretched. Like I'd already driven farther than I remembered. Nothing jumped out. Nothing moved. But I had the overwhelming sense that the light wasn't lighting the road. It was measuring me. Like it was deciding whether I belonged there. I've never felt judged by something that didn't have eyes before. I stepped out of the car. The air felt wrong, too still. And when I turned back to look at my headlights, they were dimmer, like they were already farther away. I won't tell you what I saw under that light, because everyone describes it differently. But I will tell you this. Whatever it shows you, it uses your own memories to do it. And it doesn't show you the past. It shows you where you're headed. I got back in the car and drove. Didn't look back. Didn't check the mirrors. The radio came back on 3 miles down the road. The clock fixed itself. Everything pretended nothing happened. The next morning, I asked about the light again. That older woman just nodded. "You stopped," she said. I asked how she knew. She said, "Because now it'll follow you." I moved away 2 years later. Different state, different town. But sometimes, when I drive at night, there's a yellow glow ahead on the road, always the same distance away. If you ever pass through a small town where no one talks about the light at the edge of the road, don't ask about it. And whatever you do, don't stop. Because legends don't spread by being told. They spread by being noticed. And once you notice it, it notices you too.